What's going on, lads? It's your boy Don here, and as promised, I did say if you've been following my Twitter feed, if you're not, you can drop a follow down. The link is in the description below. I did say I was going to bring my last 10 games to you via YouTube. As you can see on the screen, it's the last 13. So I thought, you know what, I was in a bit of good form. I've literally just finished playing a few good opponents. I played this one guy who actually had a really good mega team, and I beat him. So I thought, you know what? Let's hit the record button. Let's show off. Let's show off my great FIFA skills to you guys, and here it is. So, guys, if you do, please support this video, guys. Drop a like; it will go a long way. It's completely free. Also, as well, subscribe, put your bell on, be part of the notification squad, and also as well, let me know what you did, where you finished in the weekend league. So, as you can see, boys. My first opponent, after coming off some great wins, I'm facing NRaseck. I think that's how you pronounce his name, the pro player. Really apprehensive, boys. I was happy and I was a bit shocked that I was playing him playing a pro player. But to be fair, he was the only pro player I came up against in all 40 of my games. So I wasn't too nervous because I knew it was about to happen. And I think being that fact that I was in good form, I was tweeting about it. I thought, you know what? I'm ready to play this guy. So I thought, yeah, let's go. I've seen him play a few times in the FIFA E World Cup. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. I kind of know. No one goes far as saying I know how he plays, but I know he's very aggressive going forward. So I thought, you know what? As you can see, boys, I started off in ultra defensive. And the reason being I'm in ultra defensive, lads, is because no matter what happens, my players are going to bomb forward. I'm trying to countermeasure FIFA's instructions for my players, because no matter how defensive you tell them, they're all going to bomb forward anyway. So if I can get all my players to stay back and be ultra defensive, then I put myself in a good position to win, especially against someone like let's call him Nick. It's easy for me to pronounce it, but yeah, especially when I come up against someone like him, because to be honest, boys, he's a far better player than I am. I mean, I've not won any tournaments. I've not gone to any events. I've only just started playing competitively, just over a year. He's a much better player than I am. So I thought, let me go ultra defensive and let me see if I can just, give myself the best possible chance of getting a win over this guy. So I'm playing forward. Even though I'm defensive, guys, I'm being very positive. I'm just playing forward. I want to play football in his half. I grabbed myself a free kick. And to be honest with you, my free kicks weren't great this weekend. Usually I'm banging in free kicks with Delpy. I'm not laying it off for someone else to boot in. But on that occasion, I didn't do well at all. So I got the ball again. I've got get the ball with Bailey, pass it down to Delpy. Delpy to CRESPO, and he manages to get the ball, but the ref brings it back for a free kick. Now I thought, you know what? My first free kick failed. Let me give it another go. So let me bring some two players there just to put him off a bit, see if things are going to lay it up. I thought, you know what? Let me have a go. Boom. Testerga makes an absolutely fantastic save, and it goes out for a corner. So we're 10 minutes in, and I'm feeling, at this moment in time, lads, I'll be honest with you, I'm feeling very confident. Very, very confident. My defending has been great all weekend. Well, not great, but it's been really, really good all weekend. And I felt confident I could defend against this guy. Now, I'll tell you, basically, boys, what's going on, how I like to defend. I'm just trying to cover the middle. I'm just trying to, if I see a gap, I'm going to grab a player and I'm going to put that player into the gap, because that's what you basically need to do. You need to find space and play that ball through that space, and then, see if you can get a goal. This guy, NRaseck, he can literally, it's eye the needle stuff. He can find a pass and play it through a gap, even if you've left one open or not. So I'm grabbing a player, putting it into the middle, and if I've got a chance to win the ball, I quickly select it to another player and see if I can win the ball. So as you can see, I've got the ball with ARGH here. I'm filling the gap. Again, I make what's his name? De Gea makes a save. And I'm there, not just kicking it out, but I'm trying to calm down, play out from the back. Wendell gets the ball, running down the wing. He makes a great tackle, and Wendell loses one of many tackles for some reason. He's not exactly the strongest left back, but he does the job for me. Again, I got the ball with ARGH in the middle, play down to Savage to CRESPO. CRESPO holds the ball up quite well for me. And again, I'm just playing my football. I'm not pushing it forward. I'm just relaxing, playing in his half. Bailey gets the ball forward, play it to Delpy. Delpy to Bailey. Bailey cuts it back. Oh, does a little spin, plays it down to Delpy, and Delpy gives us the early win. Now I'm thinking to myself, come on, my inner gorilla. My inner gorilla decided to come out there, and I decided to celebrate just a little bit. And I was 1-0 up, and I'm trying to keep my composure. So I know at this time with pro players, I've come against quite a few pro players, and with all the pro players I've played, I've always managed to score. Every time I score against a pro player, they just go to another level. But you know what? With this guy, Nick, I felt like I was in control of the game. So again, I'm holding the middle with my player. I'm not moving the ball. Tried to grab it to a centre back. Tried to make a tackle. Couldn't get it. Switching my players to the right player. Get it to. I'm holding that middle. I'm not making any gaps. Not leaving any gaps for him to play through it. I get the ball with Delpy. Delpy doesn't do a good job in terms of holding the ball up. He's not very fast. He's not very strong. So unfortunately, I lose the ball there. He gets the ball with Ronaldo. He's looking to again find the space to run through it, but I cut it off. I play it down to Bailey. Bailey is there using his pace. He manages to get a really good tackle, and it ricochets all the way back to Stegen, and he plays it down to Alba to try and play forward. Boys, I'm just going to show you this whole game, and I'll explain. Obviously, you'll see why I'm showing this whole game, because to be honest, lads, I lost this game. Fair and square. To be honest with you, boys, he deserved to win this game 100%. And I tried to obviously play to my strengths, which is obviously counter-attacking football and a bit of possession play at the same time, and trying to relax on the ball. So here, I've got no options going forward. So again, I'm just trying to exploit the space. Now, the thing is, reason why I like to switch wings a lot is because he's playing a narrow formation. Because he's playing in the centre, I'm trying to go either side of the wing. Because what that actually does is that if he's moving players from left to right, what that's going to do is going to create space in the middle for players like Savage or Crespo or Delpy to run in through. But he does really well to stop that. So he gets the ball with Ronaldo, plays it down to Royce. I managed to get another tackle of Rio Ferdinand, and again, get the ball with Mbappe, play it to Delpy. Delpy tries to give it to Mbappe, and he doesn't get it, but he gets it back to Crespo. Crespo, I'm looking up top of my screen. I see Bailey running in, but again, he makes a really good tackle with Maldini, and it goes out for another corner. So, play it short to Del Piero. Del Piero to Wendell. Wendell gets the ball, plays it to Mbappe. I'm thinking Mbappe, play it, but he decides to take on his left foot. So then the counter attack is on. It's 4-on-2. He plays it with Ronaldo to R9. R9 to CR7. It's 4-on-1. He sees a gap, little small gap, and he gets the shot off, which is an absolutely brilliant shot. Now, boys, wait until this is what my issue is with Nick. It's 1-1. I haven't parked the bus. I'm not playing around my half. I'm pushing the ball forward. I'm playing possession play in his half, not in my own half. In his half. If I can't go forwards to one end, I go down the. I switch the wing and I go down to the other end. I'm just playing attacking football, boys. I've got my players on defensive because for some reason everyone pushes forward, but I'm trying to play attacking football. So I get the ball here with Rijkaard. I'm trying to play it forward. It takes another ricochet. Savage gets the header, plays it to Crespo. Crespo tries to go to Bailey, but he cuts it out. Gives it to CR7. CR7 plays it to Royce. Royce tries to get a shot off it, make a good save, and again Wendell tries to play out now. He's been very aggressive here, playing really well, really aggressive, getting the ball back. Tried to cut it out with Mbappe, made a really bad mistake with Mbappe, and he plays it. And this is what he decides to do. He decides to shush your boy Don, and I'm like, okay, you want to shush me? And then he dabs on me. Now I can't understand. I'm trying to think from his perspective at this point why he's dabbing on me, why he's shushing me when it's 2-1. I'm not parked the bus. I've got my defenders playing very deep because obviously he's very good at going forwards, and I've not exactly got fast midfielders to come and help out the defense. But you know, it's GG, it's game on. So it's 2-1. And again, sticking with the same game plan, I'm not changing anything because he got me the goal. So let me see what I can do going forwards. So I get the ball again with Delpy. Delpy tries to play it to Savage. Savage to Crespo. Crespo doesn't manage to control the ball well. He's caught offside and he gets a free kick just before the halftime whistle. So he plays it forwards. I managed to get the header, but unfortunately doesn't get very far. And Babu gets the ball to Mbappe, and it goes to half time, boys. So it's 2-1, and at this point I'm not really too phased, you know. I do feel like I can still score against this guy. I mean, a little bit surprised with Nick's reaction, shushing me and obviously Dabs doesn't bother me, but shushing me at 2-1, I found it quite disrespectful, if I'm really honest with you. And after the game, I didn't show it in the video, but I sent him a message just let him know how kind of disappointed I am with his, you know, his attitude and towards the game, because obviously being that he's supposedly a pro player, professional player. Yeah, I lost all respect for him at this point. You know, I did message him and say, look, you know, you're one of my favourite pro players. I've seen you play a few times and, you know, you're a good player. I've seen your battles against Gorilla and MS Dosari. But I lost all respect for Nick after this. So, but again, back to the game. He gets the ball with Ruud Gullit. Rude hood it to Ronaldo. I make a tackle there in the middle, but I can't get it out of my own half. He's squeezing me in. Pele to Hull it to Mateus. And again, gets the ball with our CR7 and he bangs another goal. And then he proceeds to shush. It's not even just a small shush like shush, but he's running up the pitch, shushing me. And then again, this is my favourite celebration, to be fair. And I just can't understand. Now, this is where I got a little bit annoyed. And to be honest, guys, after you'll see sooner or later, I'm gonna rage quit out of this game because it didn't become fun for me. I don't mind conceding goals. I don't mind losing. But as long as I'm having fun, and this is what I try and encourage my players when I'm coaching my boys, is that, you know, when the fun has gone, you know, you can't continue playing. So for me, the fun had already gone. The only time I leave a game is if I'm really annoyed, or if I've conceded that he's a better player and I can't get back in the game, so I quit and move on to the next game. But this guy is just completely he's just very arrogant, and I don't know, I just didn't like the way he was carrying on in the game. And for me, the fun was gone. Maybe that's his tactic. How he gets people to leave the game. He scores early and decides to be, you know, rude and starts showboating or shushing you and tries to get you annoyed so you leave the game. If that's his tactic, then fair enough. That's your tactic, bro. You do you, man. But it's not my style. So he makes it 4-1, and I decide I'm out. And he got the 3 points. Sorry, the win. And I was moving on to my next game. A little bit annoyed, but you know what? I tried to bounce back, especially against this opponent here. He had a really, really good team. Trying to bounce back, and I take the early lead, and I make it 1-0. Now, one thing I know is that when you're playing a game, especially after you've lost, you've got to bounce back quickly. But unfortunately, on this occasion, I did not. Again, even though I've taken the early lead, and this one, looking back at this, boys. It was tough for me to edit because too many times, especially this weekend, I've thrown away 2-0 leads, and I find it very hard to hold on to them. Here, I've taken a 2-0 lead. This guy's made a mistake, and I've always said, I don't know if you've heard me say it a few times, lads, when I've been live streaming. Once they make a mistake, I have to punish them for it, and I did. He gets the ball up the other end. 10 minutes later, he gets the ball with Firmino. He's holding the ball up, gets the ball with De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Hull it back to De Bruyne. Then gives to Lukaku. I thought he was going to take it back onto his left foot, but he has a power shot with Lukaku with his 4-star weak foot, and it makes it 2-1. I get a corner here with Wendell. Wendell tries to do a little ball roll, pass it to Savage. Savage loses the ball in his area. It's literally 3-on-2. Pass the ball with Son. That pass literally cut me out. Gets the ball with Sane. Sane's then running. I'm struggling to get to the right player. I couldn't in time. As you can see, I was switching. But Mbabu manages to get the tackle. He gets a corner, plays it up top. Could I get it out? No, I couldn't. Mbabu makes it 2-2. Again, plays it down to Goretzka. Goretzka plays a nice square ball. Managed to get it out, but it goes back to Rio Ferdinand. Rio Ferdinand plays it back up top to Goretzka. Goretzka to Son. Son just doesn't have a power shot. And it's now 3-2, and I've thrown away a 2-0 lead. At this point, I'm really, really annoyed. I tried to fight back, boys, but I couldn't. It was GG's, full time, 3-2 to him. That's 2 losses in a row, and I'm moving on to my next game. Again, disappointed, boys. There's 2 losses on the bounce. Ideally, I would highly recommend, boys, just kind of taking a break and then move on, and then maybe come back to the game. But I decided to continue on. Get the ball with Delpy, mate. Do a low-driven finesse. 2 minutes in, 1-0. I've taken a 1-0 lead, and I'm quite happy, quite chilled. Again, I get the ball with Savage. Savage plays it to Bailey. Bailey back to Savage. Back to Bailey. Back to Savage. I get the ball, and I take a nice little finesse, and Savage makes it 2-0, and I'm cruising, sort of. Aguero plays it, and then it takes a horrible ricochet. Every time I see that, it really puts me off. Takes a ricochet. He gets Salah gets the ball, makes it 2-1. He goes back up the other end. Sonaldo with his 5-star weak foot, 2-2 before half-time. Again, a 2-0 lead is thrown away. He keeps going into 9 seconds. Well, in the second half, gets the ball with De Bruyne. De Bruyne, back of the net. It's now 3-2 to him. And again, I've thrown away another lead, 2-0 lead, and that's the second one. And it's GG's. 90 minute, that's 3 losses on a row. Do I stop? Do I take a break? No, I don't. I move on to the next one, and obviously I'm looking at all these red cards. If I see anyone with red cards, I know they're a good player. 5 minutes in, I've given away a penalty. After 3 losses on the bounce, After losing 2-0 leads, I am now 1-0. I'm going to be 1-0 down. And the Elite Dream, boys, is almost coming to an end. I need to hold on because the elite finish is just a few wins away. I managed to get the ball. Boom! I save it. It goes up the other end. Boys, oh yeah. Boys, hold on to your seats for this one, lads. Hold on to your seat. This game is a crazy game. So I save the pen. I go up the other end with Crespo. I play it into the middle with Del Piero, and I have to laugh because I can imagine De Bruyne's like, "What do I do?" And the ref's like, "Listen, mate, I saw you what you did, man. Don't even try to pull the wool over my head." De Bruyne's like, "I can't believe it." So I've gone up the other end. It's now a penalty to me. After I've saved his penalty, now I got the other end and I get a penalty. I go in the middle. Del Piero does a little fake finesse into the back of the net, and I'm winning 2-1. I get the ball. He goes up 3 minutes later with the ball. De Bruyne, and it's a finesse, lads. It's a finesse into the back of the net, and it's now 1-1. I go back up the other end, boys, with Rijkaard. Rijkaard to Del Piero. Del Piero to Crespo, and I get the ball again with Savic. Takes a ricochet. Del Piero gets the ball, and it is now 2-1 to me. And I am somewhat... Would you say I'm cruising, boys? Because I don't know. But it's 2-1. I get the ball again. He plays it. He makes a good tackle. I get the ball with Savic. Savic, low-driven finesse, and it's now 3-1 to me. And again, I have a 2-goal advantage. He takes a pause and decides to change his formation. I didn't know this. Played a bad. I'll defend. I pull my second player out of position. He makes it 3-2. What I didn't know is that he might actually changed his formation to the 3-5-2. And I didn't know this. He has a power shot. Pulls it back to 3-3. Again, a 2-goal advantage, and I'm losing it. He gets the ball, Salah, plays it onto his right foot, plays down, squares the ball to Bailey, and now I'm 4-3 from being 3-1 up to 4-3 down in the first half. 7 goals in one half. Now I've decided to match his formation. No, he was playing 3 at the top. It was the other version of this. I can't remember the actual name of the formation, but I decided to go with this formation because I was quite comfortable with it. So it's 4-3. Take a power shot with Lozano. Brought on Lozano because I needed that. Just an OP player on the pitch. He tries to play the offside trap. Look at this shot, lads. I almost missed this. Delpy squares it to Crespo. I decided I panicked and I hit it first time with his weak foot. And if you look at the replay, he hit it on the outside of his left foot. And it almost, and I swear I was going to be upset. I was thinking to myself, man, if that didn't go in, it'll be a completely different game. So again, it's now 5-4 to me. He gets the ball with Rabiot, makes it 5-5, and he gets the ball and decides, you know what, let's go. Game on. He gets the ball back. I make an interception with Lozano. Lozano to Mbappe. Mbappe to Higuain. Higuain plays to Mbappe, and I quickly low driven into the back of the net. 6-5 to me. That's 11 goals. 11 goals. So I get the ball again, and it's another. Oh no, it's not a pen. He makes a tackle. A free kick's in my favour, and he decides, do you know what? It's done. 9 seconds, and he's out. He's like 9 seconds of extra time, and he's out, and I move on to my next game. And I'm so thankful that I won that game, because to be quite honest, that game could have gone either way. Here I am again with Blanc. Blanc again with Wendell. Wendell passed the ball to Bailey. Bailey makes a run into the box. He goes one way, fakes another. Take 2 players out, plays it back to Crespo. Crespo plays the ball, gets a ricochet. Del Piero taps it in, and again 1-0 up, and he decides he's out straight away, and he gives me a nice little rage quit. And again, the Elite Dream is still on 8 wins. I need, let me do the maths. I need 7 wins from 8 games. 7 wins from 8 games. I gave away, there's nothing happened in the first half, boys, as you can see. There was absolutely nothing I can do about this one, lads. This one was a real blow to the stomach. I have to bounce back, because you have to accept this kind of stuff happening. But he decided to go with the momentum that he had. Plays a low driven with Bale. I know about Bale's left foot because I've used Bale. He makes it 2-1. And I find it very difficult to come back from 2-0, from being 2-0 down. But I thought, you know what, let me keep fighting. Low driven with, is that Crespo? Yeah, Crespo to make it 2-1. He goes up the other end and does a finesse, and I'm like, you know what, I'm out. And at this time, I'm a bit annoyed, but do I take a break? No, I don't. And to be honest with you, boys, again, I'm going to recommend it. Please take a break. Don't make the mistake I did, because maybe if I took a break, I could have maybe got higher in my weekend league. So anyway, on to the next game against a really, really good team. This guy's got an absolutely fantastic team, and I take an early lead. I've put Del Piero on the right wing. because I want a bit more pace up front, put Mbappe up front. He fouls me in the box. Del Piero wins me a penalty against a really, really good team. Desai, you can't believe what's just happening to him. I get a nice little penalty. I could potentially make it 2-0. Again, I'm thinking, do I go the same way? Do I go a different way? He's trying to put me off, but I feel like I've already made up my mind, and I've decided to go down my usual side, which I try and switch up every now and again, and I'm 2-0 up. So I'm playing again. I'm going for it. I'm feeling quite confident, playing very, very aggressive. Get the ball, Crespo, play it to Bailey. Bailey makes a run forwards. I've got the ball for Crespo, holding it up to Del Piero. Del Piero to Mbappe. Mbappe holds the ball up, plays it back to Rijkaard. Rijkaard to Savic. Savic to Crespo. Crespo to Del P, and I finesse it into the back of net with his 5-star weak foot, and I'm 3-0 up. And right now I'm cruising. Very rarely do I give up a 3-0 lead. 2-0 leads, yes. 3-0 leads, very, very rarely. So left foot finesse into the back of the net. I've got the ball. Play it to Wendell. Wendell to Bailey. Bailey plays it down the line to Crespo. He makes a challenge, but then he makes a really, really bad mistake. Plays to Crespo, and then it's a nice, easy pass. Mbappe puts it in the back of the net, and he's done. He knows he made a bad mistake. And I think for him, this guy, I think it's just a bad day at the office for him, because there's no way you can have that team and make that many mistakes. This team, I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed in myself with this, and you'll see why. He gets the ball here with, I think it's Gareth Bale, and plays it with that disgusting left foot into the back of the net. And I've taken a really, really early one. I conceded a really early goal. So I go back up the other end. Crespo, low German finesse, 1-1. So before 10 minutes in game time, it is now 1-1. And I've got a feeling there's going to be goals in this game. So nothing really happened in the first half, but he gets a corner in the second half and makes it 2-1 with a really, really good corner. Again, he goes up the other end with Sane. He brought Sane on and scores an absolute beautiful goal with Sane. And I couldn't do anything about the pace. He brings me down. I brought on Higuain. De brings me down into the box. Delict can't believe his luck. He's like, I can't believe this. Been defending great throughout this whole game. Why have I conceded a penalty now? So I get the ball with Higuain. Del Piero has come off, so my usual penalty takers has gone. So now, what do I do with Higuain? Do I go the same way? Do I go a different way? I decide to go a different way. Higuain makes it 2-1. He goes back the other end. 4-2. He decides to shush me. And to be fair, he's granted because he knows now that he's got that 2-0 lead back. And I find it very difficult to get back from 2-0 leads. But I keep going. Score finesse with Higuain. And to be honest with you boys, it's too little, too late. And that's GG's. So I lose another game. If I lose... So I think from that, I think the elite dream is officially over. So I can no longer get elite. Elite for me is absolutely finished. I can only get gold, a gold 1. So now I'm coming up against an absolutely even better team. And at this point, lads, I'm a bit vexed, but I'm kind of channeling my anger into this game and know that I can beat this guy. And I think that's what I just said to myself. You know, I was like, I can beat this guy. So I'm 1-0 up. Play the ball to Mbabu. Mbabu to Del Piero. Del Piero plays. He tried to play me offside. Crespo's going. Decides, you know what, I'm low driven finesse in the back of the net. And I'm 2-0 up. And I'm not throwing away this 2-0 lead because I've thrown away too many 2-0 leads. So he goes up the other end just before half-time. Can I defend this? Can I defend this really well? And I do not. Messi puts it, it makes it 2-1, and it's going to be a completely different ball game going into the second half. So right at the early stage of the second half, he goes up the other end, and I'm there spamming the pass button to pass anywhere other than that, and it didn't register. So it's now 2-0, and I'm going to lose this lead. But then Mbappe scores an absolute worldie, a beautiful goal, long range finesse into the back of the net. Mbappe, that is why I put you up top. He did really well for me this weekend. Mbappe scored some really crucial goals. So again, Crespo does a nice little skill there. Fake one way, went the other, pass Mbappe, and it went in. So now I'm 3-2 up. Get the ball with Savic to Bailey to Mbappe, and De Bruyne concedes. I think it's a different opponent, but I'll just say De Bruyne concedes another free kick penalty, and it is a penalty because it's a push in the back. And again, Del P's come off. Higuain has come on. He takes my penalties. Which way do I go? Under the arm, and it's now 4-2. A 2-0 lead, two goal lead. Do I lose a 2-goal lead? I don't know. But I'm going to show you what's going to happen. I get hit, and I'm playing ultra defensive. Look, I know you can see them in my box. It's ultra defensive, and he decides to shoot an absolute rocket of a shot, hits the crossbar, and it goes back in. So I go up the other end and thought, fine, you're going to hit me with a kickoff, mate? Then do you know what? I'm going to hit you with a kickoff. I don't really like to exploit the glitches in the game, but do you know what? I thought on this occasion, got a bit of annoyed. I knew I could beat this guy. I thought, let me hit a kickoff. Bang. back of the net with Savic. It's 5-3. And I'm there celebrating. I let go of the pad and I'm like, gosh, please, let me just hold on to this win, please. I just need it for my morale. Higuain's got the ball, holds the ball up with Mbappe. Mbappe plays another finesse. It's 6-3, and he decides he's had enough, and he's out with an absolute great team. And I beat him 6-3, and we move on to the next game. This guy makes an absolute kamikaze of a mistake. Throughout the whole game, as you'll see, right from the beginning, boys, 1 minute into the game, Ronaldinho is causing me absolute problems throughout the whole game. But he makes the one mistake. And this guy's one mistake is the fact that he actually subbed Ronaldinho. Whether Ronaldinho was tired, I don't know. He might have been tired, but if you're going to take off Ronaldinho, you've got to bring on someone of his caliber. But anyway, you'll see in a minute. Mbappe gets the ball and I make it 1-1, and I'm back in the game. I've got the ball again with Babu, that's it, and he plays it to Crespo. Crespo switches the play to Wendell. Wendell to Bailey. Bailey back to Wendell. Wendell decides he's going to play it down to Crespo. Crespo back to Savic. Savic to Rijkaard. Rijkaard to Mbappe. Mbappe left foot with a 4-star weak foot into the back of the net, and I've taken the lead against this guy. And as I said, Ronaldinho was causing me problems, but Son was causing me even more. So Son gets the ball, makes it 2-2, and he's lapping up the applause. Ronaldinho lifts him up and he's like, yes, give it to me. And then I go up the other end with Lozano, play a nice little, just simple square ball to Mbappe, and Mbappe puts into the back of the net to make it 3-2 in the 57th minute. And I feel quite comfortable. But again, Ronaldinho still causing me problems. So I get the ball here with Bailey. Savic decides he's going to shoot, ricochets, and Mbappe again gets the rebound. It's now 4-2 to me. Now I think at this point, he did actually take off Ronaldinho. I'm not too sure. No, he didn't take off Ronaldinho. He took off Ronaldinho a bit later on, you'll see. So it's 4-3 to him. I've got 2-0. I was winning by 2 goals. 90th minute, I'm there defending. Wendell decides he's going to give away a penalty because he doesn't want to win. He wants to go into extra time. So I've given away a penalty in the 90th minute. It's 4-3 to me. If I save this, GG's. If not, it's game on. So he gives me the eyes and I fell for it, and Ronaldinho puts it into the back of the net. Literally, boys, from minute 1 to 90th minute, Ronaldinho is causing me problems. Wendell does a little fake shot. He gets the shot off and decides to recover from the mistake that he made, and he makes it 5-4. Now, it's at this point he takes off Ronaldinho. At this exact moment, he takes off Ronaldinho. Now, if you see this, boys, look, Ramos, I wanted to show you this because obviously I like Ramos, but it was a push in the back. He puts me off. Good defending, but I should have at least, banged it in, but it wasn't enough. And the game is over and I won. He actually took off Ronaldinho and actually brought on Harry Kane. Harry Kane did absolutely nothing. I had Harry Kane in my pocket the whole game. If he kept on Ronaldinho, I think it would have been a different game. As you can see, I'm checking to see who he brought on, but GG's. I'm not going to get upset. It's now game on, and I'm moving on, and I've managed to get gold 1, boys, and I'm absolutely ecstatic. So that's where the run is going to end, boys. I had literally 3 games left. And on the end of the 3rd game, I bang in the winning goal to make it 3-1. I was about to dab on him because I knew the game was done. He rage quit. And we ended up winning with just 27 wins. So the Elite Dream, it was over. I was mainly playing for pride. And a bit disappointed. Came up against some really, really good opponents. But I think I lost some really silly games in my first 20 games. And came up against some really good opponents. But I think it's clear to say, boys, that I lost. A reason why I didn't get elite because too many times I was 2-0 up and I didn't capitalize on that, and I let too many opponents back into the game after being 2-0 up. And I think if I actually got those games, won those games, I would have got elite, but wasn't my time. So guys, thank you for watching this video, guys. If you do like this video, boys, drop a like, subscribe, comment what you got in your weekend league. What do you think I did wrong? What do you think of the game with NRaseck? Let me know your opinion. I don't care what it is. Just let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.